What is going on, everyone? Today we have a new knife here to check out, and this one is coming in from Kansept. If this is your first time hitting the G spot, welcome to G-Ball Vision. I am glad you are here. While we're opening this box up, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. I love seeing what you're carrying. Now, this is one of the most requested and asked about knives over the last couple of weeks down in the comment section that I have had. This is a collaboration with Edgy Bladeworks and Kansept, and it's based off of a custom. The Kansept tipper here has a very unique aesthetic to it, and that is hard to pull off. Now, we're looking at, with this particular version, a satin finish on that S35 VN blade. Kind of have this harpoon tanto look to it with it's almost like a harpoon trailing point tanto is almost what it looks like. Nice sharpening choil here. We have oversized thumb studs for deployment, couple of steps on there, and those are going to be nice. You can get right underneath there, or you can come in from the side. Plenty of room either which way. That's chamfered out really nicely. Plenty of room for the thumb flick. We're going to have that same scenario on the lock side. You can come up right underneath of it if you want, or you can come in from the side. Nice detent, nice and strong, and that is what we need when we have this heavier blade here, which we are going to check that here in a moment. But the right combination with a heavier blade, studs, and detent, man, you can just have a good action. And I would say Kansept really has dialed in what they have been doing over the last couple of months. I've been saying it. They went from really good to now just great. Their quality control, their fit and finish has just really stepped up over the last 6 months to a year compared to what it was prior. And they've always been good. Good or great. And now they're just steadily staying great. And it's nice to see that as a testament to all the work that they're putting in. We have great access to that chamfer and that lock bar, which is really nice. You want that softened down so it is easy to disengage and just makes it thoughtless to disengage this blade. It's comfortable. You don't want them squared off. There should be no reason to have a squared off lock bar anymore. We have matching titanium accents here with the backspacer and pocket clip. This is going to be a right hand carry only. Now, for our size, it might look a little bigger than it actually is. That's what she said. It's about 3.25 of cutting edge and about 3.4 of total blade. And this thing is coming down there at 7 7/8 strong. Could say 7 15/16. We'll bring out a couple of comparison knives here. We have the Kaiser Drop Bear up top and the Kaiser Militol here on the bottom. And as far as length goes, it's going to be a lot more comparable to that Militol size. And we have the Vostede Psyop up top, and we have the Vostede Raccoon down here on the bottom. And here again, it's going to be more in line with the larger knife, the Psyop, but going to be a lot different in the ergonomics department. We're going to get to that here in a moment. Let's see what this thing looks like in the pocket and check the retention on that clip. Good retention on that initial ramp there. And this is going to carry like a standard milled clip plus a little bit more. You have, I don't know why they didn't tie that screw in there to the top of that one. It would have really moved this clip up. And could have easily been done. Probably should have been. But you're going to have a nice amount of, and not that that really changes anything. You'd still have a decent amount poking out like a standard milled clip. But this is going to give you a ton of access to this knife while it's in your pocket in order to pull that thing out. And it does have good retention on that thinner cloth there. And plenty of room underneath that pocket clip that will, let me check this in. I'm wearing some thicker sport pants. Oh, right over. But good retention on the way in and out. So really like that. Good spring to this thing. That's a nice clip there. Probably should have been moved up there. I don't know. Did they recess that? No, I don't think that's recessed. You could have moved that up and just had an extra hole here and made it lefty carry as well. But like I always say, we're quick to put that on the company. And, you know, that might be just designer's choice. They might not want there to be a left-hand option. So that is always something that we have to consider as well. Now we're going to check the weight on this thing, and I almost don't want to guess. I have been horribly off, and oh boy, this one might do me in. Tons of milling internally there. I don't know. 4.3. I need to get recalibrated. Okay. I'll take it. That's the closest I've been in like 2 weeks. 132 grams, and we're coming in there at 4.6. 4.7 on the final weight. Now we'll go ahead and we'll get a handle thickness here and see what we're looking at. They are slightly contoured. I mean, everything's chamfered off really nicely. It almost gives them that effect. And I do think, you know, that there is a slight one there. It feels good in hand. We're looking at a 0.50. I had a comment, someone say, they don't carry anything over 0.47, and I was thinking, geez, that's really thin, in my opinion. Anyway, blade stock thickness, we're looking at 135, 136 thousandths there on that thickest part. I thought it would be a little bit thicker, but 136, 137 even. Let's check both these and just get an idea of what we're looking at here. So that's down there around 23 thousandths. And let's get up here on this edge. That one's coming in there around 17 thousandths with that particular hold in that particular spot. But let's see how this thing cuts right out of the box. Have to make a trip so I can get some more phone book paper, hopefully. But we have our trusty SMKW catalog here. And check that tip. Make sure we can get some poking in, which we'll be able to get some poking in. Definitely not going to be the knife that you choose to open 1,000 bags of sand all day or something like that. But if you had to do some poking, you can easily do that with this thing. You have that secondary edge, which is going to be nice for a wide array of different things, depending on what field you're in. This thing is blazing sharp. Holy smokes. Just blazing sharp, guys. Especially that secondary. That's one of the best jobs on a second edge, a Tanto blade. That's one of the best right there. Usually they're okay, you know. They need touched up, but that is really, really good. Well done, Kansept. So now we get to the ergo department, and I really tend to like knives that have a swell at the butt end, and you can kind of see, you know, how you're going to hold the knife and carry the knife, at least in my hand. Everybody's hand will be different, you know, but it just fits perfectly. We've had quite a few knives that have had something similar to this, and it doesn't have to be a swell downward per se, just more of a, and typically it is, but you can have just kind of a straight swell out too, and it just, for me, makes something like this more comfortable. Now, with this being dual thumb studs, I would have loved to have seen that backspacer come up here, you know, right about there. That would have just been absolutely just really good. A couple of small changes in my personal opinion, and you know, that's just my opinion, of course. I would have moved this clip up, and you would have got rid of an entire set of screws here. And then with a simple hole, you could have made this a, well, you know, with the angle of the clip, I do understand it. With that even being said, and this clip being designed for right hand carry, I still think it should have been up here. Left hand carry would have been hard because of the style of the clip. So that is something that has to be taken into account. You'd have to send a whole separate clip, and you're talking another $20 on the final cost at least. So I do get the right hand only idea here. But with that all being said, I still would have moved that up there and just replaced this top screw here with the clip screw. Go all the way through, right? That's how I would have done it. And that would have just made things even a little bit more cleaner, and the knife would have carried, you'd be up in here with about that much poking out. So I still don't mind it. It's just something I want to point out. I want to say what I'm thinking. So we did check centering, and the detent is money here. Let's check if there's any pivot lash, and I don't feel any. No detent lash either. She wants to be closed or open. Very good. Soft open. Locked up very nicely. We do have a steel insert in there, and we're looking at about 25-30% on the lockup, which is a good thing. Let's get the spine whacker out and introduce the tipper. So I'm going to continue saying it because it's held true. But Kansept has, you might not always agree or like their designs. That's one thing I like about them. They're not afraid to do different stuff, and they've really pulled it off. They've gotten a lot better at their fit and finish and quality control. But I have never had a knife, no matter what the lock has been, fail from them. So that's a testament to really good quality control. And not that ones don't slip through the cracks. That is going to happen no matter how good you are. Humans make mistakes, but the overwhelming majority, they do a great job, and we're going to check this now. We're going to start out towards the tip there with a couple of lighter taps, and we'll work our way in. And people think that's light for some reason. I mean, if you would have to be doing something at the way I'm doing that, it's a lot on that lock. So I know it doesn't maybe appear that way, but trust me, if it was going to fail, I would get it to fail doing that. Couple of medium taps there in the middle. But hey, I love it when you guys comment and tell me what I could be getting better at or what I suck at. So hey, keep it up, guys. I love you either way. Kisses. Nice solid lock here again on another Kansept knife. They have really been putting out some solid models here. They're not putting out like a ton of models every month, but they do put out, a couple here and there. 2 or 3 maybe. And the ones they're putting out, though, are really, really solid. Whether you like this design or not, it is based off of a custom from Scott at Edgy Bladeworks. And, he loves the design. Puts a smile on his face, and most of the people that he meets, I read a little bio on it. Basically just a fun knife that does the job. That's going to do the job, right? So I'm here for this type of thing, especially when it's really well done, like what Kansept has done here with the tipper. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the new Kansept tipper? After getting it in hand, I am definitely a fan of Edgy Bladeworks and continue to be a fan of Kansept. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll put links to this knife down in the description. Go hit one of them links up to check this knife out. I will pop up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.